Hi, my name is Brandon Petty. Tonight my lesson plan is over 10th grade English, specifically the texts are for persuasive writing. Writing persuasive texts. Students write persuasive texts to influence the attitudes or actions of a specific audience on specific issues. Students are expected to write an argumentative essay to the appropriate audience that includes a clear thesis on a position, consideration of the whole range of information, counter arguments based on the evidence to anticipate and address any objections, an organizing structure appropriate to the purpose, audience, and context, and finally, an analysis of the relative value of specific data, facts, and ideas. My attention grabber would be to show Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. After that, after I had the students' attention, I would ask them if they knew what the word persuasive meant. After I got some answers, I would let them know that it meant uh, to convince. Then I would ask if students are aware of any persuasive writing that is in their everyday lives. After an appropriate amount of time, I would tell them that good examples include newspaper columns, commercials, and political commentary. After we had a conversation about persuasive writing, I would show them a PowerPoint about the different appeals that are used in persuasive writing. These include ethos, pathos, and logos. Next, I would have students write down on a piece of paper 3 topics that are meaningful to them. 3 topics that they think they could get a full essay out of. After they had written down the 3 topics and I had waited an appropriate amount of time, I would let students know that the best persuasive works are those that are supported by evidence. For guided practice, I would move them into small groups, no more than 3 or 4 to a group. I would then hand out iPads or tell them that they could get out their phones, and I would have them research each of the 3 topics that they chose. I would ask them if they'd each come up with a topic that they thought that they could find an adequate amount of research to support their thesis. Finally, at the end of the day, I would ask them for independent practice, I would have them go home and write the first draft of their persuasive argument. The next day, I would get them back together and tell them that we were going to continue discussing persuasive writing. I would move them back into those same small groups and tell them they are going to do peer review. After they had exchanged papers and given each other criticism, I would tell the students to go home and make the necessary revisions. Finally, they would come back to school and submit the final papers to me. The skills utilized in this lesson plan include teacher-centered instruction, implementation of the flipped classroom, where the students are leading their own education, and independent practice during the drafting and editing process. Wait time is also utilized throughout the lesson when I'm asking the students questions. Thank you.